My, Chris Lipe here. Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, original studio multi-track I've done on the channel. Michael Jackson video did copyright a little bit more. All these little details in here. We've got acoustic drums, synth snares, interesting toms that you can hear, synth toms that you got. So much nuance. The other one that was really interesting for me to hear, you hear the guitar in the mix, but you don't hear it in a way that stands out much. It's a very percussive thing, and it blends in with the rest of the percussion. It's so much more percussion than it is melody or guitar or anything. I mean, there's a little bit of melody there, but wow! Here, magical. You can hear all the tuning nuances and stuff like that, and the headphone bleed a little bit. Oh, now let's listen to that same passage with arrangements, and particularly a little bit of both other videos. I think you are, but he's every bit as loud as though he's full voice. Yes. Background vocals.
Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? On the other side of the window, they stuck you like a window already. You come into your apartment, now the blood stains on the carpet.
Love those. Signature Michael Jackson. Wonderful percussion, but you ain't heard nothing yet. Let's listen to the leads there over that section. And again, I have to stop at regular increments in order for this video to even be up. So just thank you for patience and understanding.
Annie, are you okay? Will you tell us that you're okay? To the side of the window, they struck you like a window, Annie. He came into your apartment, now the blood stains on the carpet. And then you ran into the bed.
Little punch there.
On the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom.
Probably not a punch, probably a comp. Because he's so in the moment that would be really hard to punch.
And then you ran into the...
Notice how the tom, those like synth toms come in on on his percussion, what he does with his mouth.
On the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom. You were shut down. It was shut down. Annie, are you okay? So, Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? Annie, are you...
Brilliant arranging.
Annie, are you okay? Are you okay, Annie? You've been hit by a smooth criminal.
Ah. That! I knew it was there. I'd heard it sort of, but to hear it like this. Listen again. I wasn't sure what was, other synths and other percussive things, because if you listen with the full mix right to this part, I can barely talk. Sorry. Listen to the full mix. There's so many other things going on that you don't really give it credit for the fact that this is all his voice, just perfectly in time and groovy.
So they came into the outway. It was Sunday. What a black...
Such genius percussion. And, there's a lot of people who do good beatboxing and do stuff like this that's, just out of this world. I think what impresses me so much about Michael now, this is an...
That you're okay. The sign of the window. Then he struck you like a window, He came into your apartment. Now the blood stains on the carpet.
Listen to this proximity. I love hearing stuff like this. Ready?
The blood stains on the carpet.
Listen, blood stains right here.
The blood stains on the...
It's like he's so close to the mic. You've got some of that going on in in this recording. And of course, they just kind of left it where that capsule's being popped just a little bit. Big deal.
And the blast days on the carpet. And then you ran into the bedroom. You were shut down. It was shut down. Annie, are you walking? So Annie, are you walking? Are you walking? You've been hit by. You've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh. Oh. The precision. He's dancing with his voice. And you know what makes this, when I record stuff, and I know a lot of people these days when they record, there's this sense that you're sort of piecing your stuff together. But we know that for the most part, he was a very linear recording artist. In other words, he'd start from the beginning and he'd record to the end. And they might do multiple takes and comp things together, but he was about being in the performance as a whole, as opposed to what more of us do today. Those little inhales and exhales, they're not something you hear, but they're something that you sense within the performance, even though they get totally buried by the rest of the arrangement. Even with them up, listen. You don't hear them, but you do feel them. And all the different yelps are so different. It's not like he's just got one flavor of yelp. I mean, listen to this one versus this one. And you got those little inhales at the beginning.
I don't know.
You can tell it's an inhale because, listen. Right here, this thing. He's inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. Isn't that cool? Listening in context again. Ha! And then perfectly hitting that pitch up there. And then switches characters, switches voices in a way that you don't hear him do it this blatantly in a lot of the recordings. Listen here. He's this desperate, high, angelic sound. And then right into it.
That garment, Danny. That garment, baby. That garment, Danny. He can fit your pop. That garment.
That gritty, soulful gospel sound, man. Oh, now listen to these. This is incredible here. You can tell that's like some sort of rehearsed thing because he's done it. It's not the same every time. I mean, you can even see here. I mean, it's a different performance, of course, but he's got that rhythmic thing between what he's doing with his tongue and his breath, and I mean, it's incredible. Ugh. You know what I think of sort of here? This sort of scatty thing is he's a true. Wow. I'll help you